This week's SAT review. 10 words the test actually rewards, each in a sentence like the ones you'll read on the exam. Pervasive. Signals something widespread, difficult to escape, and influential across many areas. Inaction. Pervasive misinformation weakened investor confidence long before regulators issued a formal warning. Even reputable analysts began qualifying every forecast with unusually defensive language. Yield. Signals strategic concession or surrendering resistance under pressure. Inaction. After months of negotiation, the supplier finally agreed to yield on delivery penalties. That concession preserved the contract without forcing either side into public litigation. Inadvertent. Signals an unintended result caused without deliberate planning or intent. Inaction. An inadvertent disclosure in the quarterly appendix exposed the acquisition target's negotiating position. The company corrected the filing, but competitors had already adjusted their bids. Address. Signals directly tackling a problem, not merely acknowledging or discussing it. Inaction. The new policy fails to address the structural bottleneck in semiconductor packaging. Hiring more designers may improve throughput temporarily, yet it leaves the underlying constraint untouched. Circumscribe. Signals deliberately limiting freedom, scope, authority, or available choices. Inaction. The emergency decree circumscribed journalists' access to the affected district without formally imposing censorship. Editors nevertheless recognized the restriction as a serious warning about press freedom. Exploit. Signals using a weakness advantageously, often unfairly or maliciously. Inaction. Attackers exploited an unpatched dependency to exfiltrate customer tokens from the staging environment. Because monitoring focused on production, the breach remained invisible for nearly 48 hours. Discount. Signals reducing credibility, value, or importance, rather than simply lowering price. Inaction. Investors should discount the minister's optimistic forecast because it excludes the cost of retiring obsolete infrastructure. The headline growth figure therefore overstates the project's likely return. Novel. Signals genuine newness, not merely unusual presentation or minor variation. Inaction. The research team proposed a novel cooling architecture for edge devices operating in disaster zones. Its elegance mattered less than the fact that it worked without dependable grid power. Sanction. Signals official approval, or in another context, an imposed penalty. Inaction. The board sanctioned an independent investigation after auditors identified irregular vendor payments. That authorization signaled accountability, not an admission that senior executives had approved misconduct. Afford. Signals having enough resources, time, or tolerance to bear something. Inaction. Small manufacturers cannot afford prolonged downtime while waiting for imported replacement parts. Several are redesigning equipment around modular components that local workshops can fabricate. That's your SAT set for the week. 2 new test words every day. Keep building.